like a little kid with this table. It's like
You
it's so
can
high.
raise your seat.
Is it? Does it raise?
Yeah. You broke it?
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we are. Oh, it grew up so fast. Oh,
They
grew
grow
up
up so
That's
fast.
nice. Big.
Alright.
Yeah. Let us know if we need to talk louder or quieter or anything.
Okay. I'll just do a pretty quick one. Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, you guys good? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. How's it, everybody? This is Golden Khalil, and I'm so happy to be here. We came here out of the rain, out of the craziness of the sky, the sky craziness giving us water, and but I'm so happy to finally be here. I'm with two of one of the most coolest place I've ever seen. I'm talking big praise because I want everyone to see this. There's a little show called Kim's Convenience happening at Manoa Valley Theater, and I saw it last week with a few of my improv friends, and it was just I didn't know what to expect, but it blew my mind, and I wanted to immediately talk to somebody and in the show to get your thoughts. And I'm glad I was able to be friends with two people from the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tango and this is ʻāina. And why don't you guys tell about yourselves and introduce yourselves and the roles you guys play in the show.
Yo, I'm Tango. I'm friends with Golden. We do improv together. I play Jong in Kim's Convenience, going until June 8th with 3 added shows. Check it out.
Cool.
Hi, how's it going? I'm ʻāina. I'm playing the character of Rich, which was actually not even made for a 6th person in the show because it's only a 5-person show. But we were fortunate enough that Ins Choi, the writer of the show, let us use a local actor for one of the characters. So I'm fortunate to have been able to play that role.
Wait, so that your role was specially made for?
It was actually supposed to be so Johnny, who's playing the other customers in the show. My character is supposed to be someone that Johnny would have played, but because there's such a huge Asian community in Hawaii, Ins Choi gave us the opportunity to have another local actor playing one of those characters.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I think the only actor that was switching between roles was what was his name?
Johnny.
Oh yeah. So he was supposed to play 4 people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of talented people on the island. I wouldn't have minded if I didn't see his performance. I wouldn't have minded seeing like every person get a role, but the way he jumped into each role, I was very masterful. So I was how. Well, first off, let me ask you guys how what was your guys' experience auditioning for the show? And I'm sure you're looking at me I should ask ʻāina this question first.
Oh, now go.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll go.
Okay.
It's funny. I didn't. So I went in. This is my first show since high school, and I didn't think I was gonna audition just for the lulls. Just it'd be a good experience. I liked the show. It's been on my radar, and then I played with the idea of auditioning. I knew Matt Nakamura, our friend, is gonna audition. I'm I could audition. That'd be fun. It'd be a good experience. I'll understand what it's like again, and I guess they liked me right from the get go. I don't know if it's like, oh, he's from Toronto. That I told them that. I made sure to tell them that, so maybe that gave me good bonus points. Cause it shows that Toronto. But and then I had a conflict with callbacks. I couldn't even do that, so I really didn't think I was gonna make it. I was just going for fun, and then I got it.
Yeah, I know you like so, like we've known each other for a bit. I know I'm just feeding you, but when I saw the Toronto poster on the set, I was like, did they just make that for Tango because he's from Canada? And I'm like, oh no, it's actually so like they probably the people who were auditioning you, they were probably like when you came in saying that you're from Toronto, they were probably this was meant to be or something.
I hope so. I wouldn't probably played a factor. I don't know. I made sure to mention it just in case.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. What was fascinating about that was just every time when you were on stage, I was like, oh, it's making more sense why you got this role because you were it's very like a Toronto pride show.
Yeah, I mean, it's super Toronto focused. It was originally written for the Toronto Fringe Fest, and there's lots of references dropped. And I know only me and the 3 other people I know from Toronto on this island will get a lot of them, but they're funny. They'll drop things where locals won't understand the implication. It's you're set in Regent Park. That's it's pretty run down. Probably Kalihi, I guess. And then he moved. My character moved to Parkdale as a grown up, and that's where he's living. That's the other rundown place. That's where I basically grew up on the edge of there in Little Portugal, and just dropping those things and the restaurants and stuff like that. And oh, it's so nice to get references.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odd. I never thought of that. I remember you posting on Instagram where you're oh, I left home, but I also found home here, where I was traveling to. That was
really cool.
cool.
left Toronto, found a little piece here on stage in Kings Convenience, brought a little bit in Toronto here. Happy to represent.
Cool. And what was your auditioning process like?
So actually, I wasn't going to audition for this show. Only because I knew that I didn't fit any of the characters well. I was kind of too old for some of the characters. I wasn't ethnically enough to be other characters. So my motivation for coming to do the audition was I just moved back to Hawaii after being away for about almost 20 years. And I just wanted to get back into the local scene again. So in my mind, I was just telling myself, okay, you're just gonna go and just get your feet wet and just being kind of in the community again. But they like what I did, so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So,
You were in New York for a time?
I was in New York for about 15 years, and then COVID happened, and my path kind of led me down south to Asheville, North Carolina. And I was living there for maybe 3 years, where I learned a trade. I learned massage therapy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I was doing that for a little while, but Asheville was kind of too small for me. I was kind of being after living in New York and growing up in Honolulu, the big city vibe was kind of still calling me. So it was time to leave that area.
Oh, was there even a performing arts community or even let alone an improv scene in North Carolina?
Yeah. There's so it was actually when I did move, it was right after the COVID thing. So this is May 21. There was still a lot of protocols going on, a lot of mask wearing and stuff. So it was still kind of getting off the ground again. But yeah, when I actually left, there was 2 other improv theaters that opened up there. That I was really sad to not be able to do more stuff with them because they're amazing people. Misfit Improv and Adesto Improv. If you're ever in the area in Asheville, North Carolina, go check them out. But yeah, it was just time for me to come back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. I know where I'm going next if I ever were to go to the States, because yeah, I'm such a big fan of like how different improv like places like feel and stuff. It's like does it feel, because like one of the craziest things I found is like improv. Like if you do improv and like you love it and everything, you have this like weird connection with other improvisers and stuff. I was talking to like Scotty like about this, and he was like, yeah, this is like I'm a sailor, and we have the same thing where we have that weird connection. But like with improvisers, it's like it's a genuine. We have the same connection, but it's like a genuine like I got your back sort of thing. And what is like the feel? What was the feeling of North Carolina's improv scene in contrast to Hawaii's improv scene?
It's very similar actually. From what I've seen, there's a lot of influence with short form that I didn't see much of in New York City. But yeah, so there's a lot of that's rich in the community, and it's really fun to see the different names for different games and different exercises and all that kind of stuff. So like I've learned to be like, okay, have you guys ever done this game? It's probably called this, or you may have heard it as like something else or whatever. So yeah, that's been like the biggest thing that like has kind of been blown away. Like it's almost like a cultural shock, like an improv culture shock. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, so yeah, so you came back here from you went from New York, North Carolina, then back here, and then you said you were uncertain if you were gonna get a role. You just auditioned.
Oh yeah, specifically for Kim's Convenience. It's just the characters were just not very me. Yeah. But prior to getting cast, I was planning to like audition wherever I could find and stuff. And when the run is over, I'll probably be doing that again.
Cool. Glad to have you back, ʻāina.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
I remember you like the first time I saw you in improv class, and like you were just like playing hard. I think Shannon our improv teacher, like she like one of the notes she gave you were she was like you play hard, and I like that. Like do you make it a intention to be like play hard, take being funny seriously sort of thing?
Oh wow. I'm serious about comedy. No, I don't know. So like improv and what I've been taught is kind of just like just be inspired, because you can only respond to what you've just been given. So just respond naturally, and then a lot of times logic will kind of show itself, and showing logic is kind of like the really funny part. Yeah, it's like kind of today, like prior to this, we're kind of doing like some improv stuff. One of the guys, he took out a hot pan from the oven without putting oven mitts, and just pointing that kind of stuff out, it's gonna get a laugh. So it's like you can only take what you see and what you can respond to. Yeah. So no, I don't go in it thinking, oh, I'm gonna go hard, I have to go heavy, I have to be funny. It's just I'm gonna be kind of pliable, and then whatever I get, I'm just gonna attack it however I'm inspired.
Oh, cool. And like you said you've been doing it for a while, from like 2009.
2009 is when I first started. Took my first class at Magnet Theater in New York City. Go check them out too. They're on 29th Street and 8th Avenue. They're amazing. But yeah.
Not sponsored, but
not sponsored, but yeah, highly recommended.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, so you guys get the call of like, okay, we want you guys. What was that experience like for you first?
For like getting casted?
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. Like once again, I wasn't expecting it. Had to clear my schedule because I wasn't expecting it. And like postpone like a trip with some friends till next year. And then just like, how do I talk to Shannon? Asked her about like told her, and she gave me a lot of good advice about. It's like, okay, this is what you do. These are like the faux pas that you shouldn't do. And, like, you gotta do this, and telling me like, reminding me the good things of like director is just there to make you look good, not there to like I don't know, criticize you or be critical. And their job is to make you look good. If you don't look good, they failed. So they're on your team, and you're on the same team, and all that stuff. So it's helpful having that and like having that talk. And she was very open. She was like, just call me next week after you did a couple of rehearsals, and like, okay, like just having that free invite. And then after it was a little nervous first couple times, but after a couple of rehearsals, got into the groove of it, and it's not bad.
Shannon's amazing. She knows, like, kind of knows. She has like a sixth sense of like how people feel all the time. Because she did the same for me with like stand up and stuff. And I'm like, she gave me advice, and I'm like, Shannon, I don't think you do stand up, or it feels like you're peering into my history, like into my soul of like how I feel every time I get up on stage. Like I think that's like cool that you had her to like kind of guide you and like getting into your first theater play, like apart from high school.
Yeah. I mean, Shannon's great. She's a G. She's like, I feel like she says she really loves seeing people like come to their own and like supporting them, and she loves to see that, and that's why she's like teaches classes and does helps with like some student productions and stuff. I know she loves that, so.
Cool, man. Your experience.
Oh, I felt absolutely special. Special. I felt like so fortunate and privileged, really. Actually, Manoa Valley Theater is the only theater that I hadn't done anything in prior to moving to New York. I had been every other theater in Hawaii, in on Oahu basically. I have done like Kumakua, Diamond Head, TAG, and LCC, WCC. So, not HBU though. So that's another one that I haven't done. But it was like really special to me because it was I auditioned so many times for Manoa Valley Theater productions, and I never got them. And it would always break my heart every time. And I thought, oh, it's because I have Pidgin. I talk Pidgin, that's why. So like to come back and like to be able to get cast in the Manoa Valley Theater production on my first try, it was so special. Like everything was blowing up in here. So
I bet.
Yeah.
You're probably like you're probably like, oh, like I did grow after like traveling. And stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was kind of my mantra too, like when I was over there, because like I went with like stars in my eyes. I can totally admit that. I thought I was gonna be famous and stuff, and once it didn't go that way, I was like, shit. Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't care.
So I was thinking, if I ever go back, I want to be able to like say that I've gotten better at least. So, and I guess in a way, this is kind of like saying, oh yeah, you have, but there's always more that you can learn. There's always more that I can learn. So I haven't. There's still a galaxy's worth, universe's worth of knowledge that I can still get. But,
Who was the first like person that you guys told after you got the part?
I mean, my girlfriend, and then my friends who I was like, oh, sorry, can we cancel our trip to Portugal? Yeah, next year. Thanks, love you guys.
You presented them with good news and then bad news, like
Yeah, gave them my comp tickets.
Do you remember?
I remember. I think it was just my friend who I'm staying with now. I just told him that, yeah, because he was kind of like, oh, you're auditioning already. I was like, yeah, I was gonna get it rolling already. Yeah. So yeah, in fact, I thought because the role is just like the first scene of the play, I thought it was like there was part of me that was like, oh, I'm just gonna go for the first scene. I wonder if they're gonna send me home, because
Oh, yeah.
you know I'm not gonna do nothing for the whole play, and then
And
I'll
come
like
up
do
for
a
boss.
bow, yeah. So I was thinking like, oh, what would be cool? Like, oh, they should get maybe like local celebrities to like just be the local character. Well, it's kind of the character of Rich kind of has evolved since the audition period and the beginning of the rehearsals, but there's like more stuff to do. But I was thinking prior to this, I was thinking, oh, we should get like Augie T or something, maybe Frank De Lima to play like local characters because it was supposed to be just a local, like a Hawaii, a person from Hawaii. So I thought, oh, maybe we could even do like a fundraising thing where you get celebrities to play that local character. Because I felt like, oh, this is too special for me to just like for me only to have it. I felt like it should be like more locals should have it, celebrity or locals.
Oh, I wonder why. Because like, do you think that was like a choice to kind of have like the local people identify with somebody in the show, or?
I think it's just because, in my mind, anyways, I think it's just because Hawaii has such a large Asian community and Korean community.
Did they make that role after you audition, or like, oh, we're trying to look for a local person for this, or they already had that in mind?
They had that in mind already. Even when I was auditioning, and then they tell you to like write the role that you want that you're going for. The person that was facilitating the auditions said, "Oh, just put any role because we are looking for like a local to do one of the characters." So I think they had something in mind like that.
You never know. You gotta audition.
Yeah, you gotta audition. That's what Shannon ours is saying. Like just audition. Yeah.
Turns out they made a role for you.
Yeah. Oh, so special.
No, yeah, you guys like I was inspired. Like when you guys were doing your thing, I was like, this is what plays can be. Because like a lot of the shows that I've seen on the island were mostly like musicals and everything, which like gave me like a sense of like, oh, I don't think there's like I think people do mostly musicals because like people it's like there was that like I don't know what do you call it, like stigma or something, but the selling point is like music and like, oh, you're gonna have a good time, like you're gonna dance and everything. And then like this season of Manoa Valley Theater kind of like flipped it for me because I saw Parade, and that was an amazing show, and like but like for those of you who know Parade, it's a very depressing story.
Yeah,
So you leave it sad, and then I watch a play that was like it's a comedy, and then I left it happy. So it was like it was a flip in my mind. But then I was watching the show, and I was like, this makes me want to do like plays. This makes me want to like try to get better at acting and stuff. And like I'm sure like that was like what the other people were feeling on that night. Do you guys have like that in mind when you guys are like performing, or like how this would like impact the audience, or like are you guys just like, no, just I'm just gonna focus on my lines and just make sure I do my job and then I'll leave?
Well, Reiko definitely is. She often brings up the racism that's in the play. The main character of Appa is very Archie Bunker-esque, where he's just slamming on people. But it's funny, and actually that's something that like is very special to Hawaii, where we tease each other, all the races different, because we're mostly like all a little bit of what the other person has too. So we can talk stink about other people, we can stereotype about other people because we're all kind of like one big family anyways, which is absent in like America. Like even in New York and like even in the South, they're very very like walking on eggshells about that kind of stuff. But it's kind of been a little bit of a relief to see that in Hawaii. It's like, no, because we don't even mean it the way that you're intending it, or you think that it's intended for. So but my point is that there is like that that kind of like racism, but it's almost like racism in like an aloha way, you know, like like love.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
No,
like-
I totally get what you mean. Like, I felt when the race stuff was happening in the show, I felt the audience like pull back a little bit, but then like the show, or the beautiful part of the show was it just kept going, and then the audience was like, oh, okay, no, this we're fine.
Yeah,
like
we'll
it
see
like
for that.
it made like it wasn't racist just to be racist. It was storytelling, and like the character, like there was a point to like Appa like just doing what he was doing and stuff. So I was like, oh, this I haven't felt this in a while, cause like race is like a topic that everyone kind of tiptoes around and stuff. But like in Hawaii, like back in the day, there's a song called Mr. Sancho Lee, and I was like, oh, like this. I haven't had this feeling of like talking about race like just as freely, like since I was introduced to that song. And I was like that entire song just like is like it pokes fun at like stereotypes, even Hawaiian stereotypes. But then at the end, at the end, it has like a wonderful message of like it's so amazing how we can all live in one place, sort of thing. And I was like, that's I didn't think about that feeling until I saw the show, and I was like, oh, like this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's funny you bring up that song because I feel like I've gotten in trouble in New York in improv.
Yeah.
Like, with like, you know, like kind of racist, kind of, oh, that guy's a racist, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, no. So like I actually had one of the owners, he was like, he was talking about like, oh, how is it in Hawaii and stuff. And then that's the song that I played him. I was like, you gotta listen to this song. And this is how we take all this kind of stuff. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
we're not so serious about that kind of stuff. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I don't know why it's crazy nowadays. Like with like cancel culture and everything. It's just
Yeah.
like it's and then you see like the jokes that you're not supposed to make today. You take a look back in history and stuff, and it's like it's the like especially in like the silver screen era is like they're making those crazy jokes and stuff, and then like all the way to now. But like I think with like social media and everything, there was like a shift where everyone got like oh like walking on eggshells, so you can't see this, you can't
Yeah.
see that. But then I love that you bring that up, because like I can't tell you how like refreshing it was to feel again, feeling like I physically felt like the audience go like he said that, and then I felt the audience just like release their tensed up muscles
Yeah.
and stuff, and just like started laughing and stuff. So
Yeah.
this is beautiful.
It's like it's how we connect. That's why it's kind of like what you were telling us about the stand up class that you took, where
Mhm.
the instructor was just roasted everybody. Yeah, it's his way of connecting. It's the stand up's way of connecting with each other.
Mhm.
So we're using just all the differences of our races to connect with each other. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of- yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yo, how is it in Toronto? Like the is it like can you talk as freely as you do as Appa did in the show, or is it like what would Appa be like?
I think like it's like two different layers. Like Toronto's super diverse. It's like really multicultural, but in a sense, like you don't get that like everyone's racist. I mean, but it's like you can't really be racist. And I feel like in Hawaii you got like specific groups. In Toronto, I feel like it's just everyone,
Mhm.
and it's just like you like school. You just ride a city bus, or like you're in your classroom. You're just exposed to everything. So it's not really like that many groups to poke fun of. Maybe like I don't know, white people and stuff. But like so it's different. But then like I think that the layer of like Appa having racist lines, I feel like it's both like true, and it's like kind of funny because it's true in that like older Asian people like they will be racist, and I don't think, and like I think 9 times out of 10, or like most of the time, it's not like harmful. It's kind of like stereotyping, or like they're like they it's stuff that'll be teased upon, and we're like oh, we don't want you to marry like this race, you know. It's like we don't it, etc. And like it's kind of like it's part of the older generation and of like that, and you like you recognize it as true, and it's funny because it's real, and then but thankfully it's like not really malicious a lot of the times. It's like poking fun. It's like doing that like most of the time. It's not like hateful.
Mm-hmm. So like, kind of like the intention behind it is like, it almost felt like Apple was like educating us rather than being like having like a hateful, like sort of spirit against the guy that like he was talking about in the show, and like I think that's why it worked. Like I want to get your thoughts on it, like how Appa like just ran through like his logic of like this guy, if you see it, this color, this gender, then he's steal. Or this color, this gender, no steal. Like this occupation and everything. So it wasn't like a color based even. It was almost like
yeah, you went through the whole spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
People. Yeah.
Pattern recognition, and like just it fed into the story of like, oh, he's been working at the convenience store for years and stuff. He has it like down like the back of his hand sort of thing. It was interesting to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Was like one of the things that I talked with Matt after we mentioned Matt Nakamura, was like the connection to like religion and stuff. And I'm not gonna get all woo spiritual on you, but like when you came in and it was in that Korean church and stuff, and then by the end, like you had that scene with Appa and everything, and like I was like, holy, this is like this reminds me of like the biblical story, like prodigal son story. I was like, oh, like so that's when I realized this show like had like so much layers in the show, in the writing, in the storytelling. Like where were you guys like when you guys were doing the rehearsal process, or even like from the moment you first read the script all the way through until like even till now, like where are you guys like finding nuances within the show, where it's like, oh, I never caught this on the first time, but now this is a layer that I'm like, oh, like I never knew like the writer intended this, but
I never I don't know if you guys brought up the prodigal son thing, but that's actually a really cool analogy with that.
So like I was listening to a podcast of Ins Choi, because they did a Toronto run earlier this year, and then so he's doing some media stuff, and he mentioned the prodigal son stuff, and that's the first time I had heard it. And I think a lot of the stuff I didn't realize maybe like halfway through rehearsal a lot, because I wouldn't my script analysis skills are just not on par with our director Reiko. There's like a line at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but me and Sun, who plays the mom. Reiko is like, this line means this, and you guys realize that, and we're like, oh wow, you're like, your script must be like, double spaced because you're reading through the and you're like, damn, and like, yeah, some stuff like that. She like sees it, and like I try to do what she did and like read the lines and like understand like how other characters fit into the arcs of other characters and like stuff like that. But she's miles ahead.
Yeah, the subtext was crazy because I was making connections. Like one of my favorite things that Shannon says is like, the audience, they have nothing to do but to pay attention, and that was like as an improviser, like I never understood that until like I was in the audience watching you guys. I'm like, oh, this connects to this connects to that and stuff. So I was like, oh, I had the opportunity to like just see all these things you guys were bringing to life. And I was like, oh, this like that's like a huge part of like what blew my mind of the show. And I think you guys like told it like really beautifully. Like, was there a point in your like either in your show or like in your rehearsal or like you guys kind of got into the groove of like telling the story, like, or like any significant moments where you're just like, oh, okay, or was there a point where you guys it wasn't just like memorizing lines anymore, you guys were just like, oh, we're flowing and then just like getting into a groove with each other?
Reiko dropping the hammer was helpful.
Yeah.
Reiko's a great director. And she's like she has fire inside her, and she had to let that fire out, and I think that like really galvanized us. But as far as nuances, I don't know.
I think I feel like to answer your question, we might not have gotten it to like invited dress rehearsal like 2 days before opening, or at least me, like I changed it a lot in those 2 nights before opening. So that was like the second time I did it differently, as you saw on Wednesday. And but things that came up like during rehearsals, and I kept watching more and more rehearsals, I noticed that some lines would be repeated, and I only noticed that like in the later half where Appa would be like, "Are you married to Johnny?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, no," and I say that too. And there's a lot of repeated things where it comes up once in the play, and then it's repeated a lot in the ending scene, the final scene. I was asking a lot of questions, but I like am saying the same thing. That's I can't think of another example right now, but yeah.
Because when did rehearsals start for you guys?
2 months ago.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, like beginning of April ish. Yeah.
It was holy like.
It was like 6 weeks actually.
Oh yeah.
It was Appa. What was the girl's name?
Janet in the play. Mickey played Janet.
Appa, Janet, and
Sun played Amma.
Yeah, and then Johnny. Johnny was playing those three characters. Like those 3 just like had so much lines like throughout the show. I was like, this is insane. Like I can't imagine like how much they had to like study and memorize lines and everything.
Brandon's a workhorse.
Yeah.
The guy who played Appa.
Yeah.
He gets like 1 break.
Yeah.
And he just goes the whole thing. And I don't know how his voice can do it.
Yeah.
I remember there was a couple of rehearsals. Reiko had to be like, Brandon, sit down. You're gonna sit down for a little bit, because he's just going so much. And I don't think he ever had any problems with lines. There was never any kind of thing for him. Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah, he's got like 90% of all the dialogue in the show too. So yeah.
Was he the first person to get off book?
I don't know.
I would say so. I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Him or Sun.
Oh yeah, Son. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what was the rehearsal process like? Like, what do you like? I'm interested in learning more about Reiko now, like her directing style. I know you mentioned like she had to let out the fire and stuff, but like after seeing her like director style, like do you do you enjoy her directing style, or do you like or like what is like a few things like you learned from, or like from how she directed you, and like what things that you, what were aspects that you enjoyed about her the way she directed you guys?
I really liked her approach with like she has, so in the show there's a lot of Hapkido, there's Hapkido mentioned, and Reiko has a background in Hapkido. So she brought a lot of tenets with of Hapkido to the cast, saying this is how I want to run it. We're gonna run each rehearsal like a dojo. So you come in and you're prepared in that way. Also, she would make the analogy of like we're all on a boat and we're all paddling.
I like
So
that.
yeah, so you just gotta paddle your own stuff, help out wherever you can, but you gotta make sure you're paddling your own stuff. It makes me think of the airlines, and you gotta put the mask on first.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you handle your stuff first and then go help. But you're gonna be like you're gonna help the whole thing is gonna move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta help yourself before you help out with people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, as a first time actor, all the analogies helped me a lot. About we're all rowing in the same canoe, and you gotta all row equally. It's good.
It's crazy that like you got it on the first like the entire time you were on stage. I was like, this is this motherfucker's first time. I was just like I was so happy for you, and like I was like how like going back to improv, like how do you like was it mainly improv that helped you like prepare for this, or what kind of like made you like what helped you the most in preparation before like even considering Kim's Convenience?
I don't know. I'm sure improv helped me a lot. It like gave me confidence and stage like comfortability, and knowing in like audition process you gotta be like ready to like change how you're delivering stuff, and like that part, none of that like I was too worried about, because like that's like kind of like improv. It's just like the acting and like not knowing kind of how to approach things and stuff. Perhaps useful for you is something I learned is I kind of approach things initially like I'm gonna memorize, kind of like wrote how feeling, like how to react here, how to like deliver this, what feeling, and like you kind of have those at like your marks, and like you have all that like context in your head, but then like throughout the process Reiko was like taught me like it's not memorizing rote just feelings and stuff, because that's not, you're not in the moment, and it's more like improv where you still have to like hold all that context at your forefront, but you need to be present and react to what your castmates are doing, and they might be doing something differently, and you need to react to it. And I felt like, oh, that's like next level, literally. Like I have to have it so internalized, lines and things, and they like my character, but then I'm just like showing up as that, and not like memorizing like I'm gonna hit this facial expression, this gesture.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the difference between improv is more spontaneous, and like you have like a freedom, I guess, to like create, but like with doing the play you realize that it was like you kind of have to be like a robot. Or
that's what I thought initially, and then I was taught that that's like not really how you do it. That's, you gotta be more present and stuff. It's just a lot harder because you have to hold the context of like of your character and of the story, and like of things, and like so you're gonna react in a certain, like probably in a range of ways, whereas like but you still need to be super present in it, and I wasn't initially at the beginning of the rehearsal process, and then I kind of like came slowly back to kind of like where improv was, especially once I like had everything internalized a lot better, that I could like put more of my brain power to like listening and paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So like the common thread between improv and acting on stage is being present.
Yeah, and it's honestly I find it so much easier to be present in improv because you don't have to memorize anything, you don't have to remember anything, like all the context is you're creating it. So I'm just listening to my partner, whereas like sometimes I'm like overthinking and stuff and like thinking about this and like what emotion this and like, oh, he says this line and that means this, like that's has the implication and gravitas of this, and I have to remember that actively sometimes to like have it come up in my like character.
Oh, okay. Because I guess reaching that Zen place for improv is like, I don't know, like doing like reps or something, or just like letting go. But then like in order like for the play you have to, in order to get the stage acting, the play version of that Zen, I guess you gotta go through more hoops, like getting like more reps as far as like memorizing it, the lines, so that it's secondhand, so you and the character are kind of like one person and stuff, and then you can be present.
Yeah,
within the
you
character.
gotta like internalize the lines, internalize the monologue. The lines are kind of just like, they're just things that you happen to say, versus like things that you feel like you need to fit yourself to say. It just happen to be the things that you say in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But being present is, I think, the ultimate goal, and that's how you have a good show. And like in improv, when I'm not as present and I'm like trying to think about a funny joke or like come up with a new opening for the next scene or something, or like a second beat, I'm not as funny, I'm not as like good, the scene's not as good as opposed to just 100% listening.
Mm-hmm. Wow, so crazy, so fascinating. Yeah, I guess we could talk about improv, because like I think, I mean, do you feel like same thing too? Like did improv kind of prepare you for doing a show like this?
Oh, improv definitely it keeps me looser. Because after doing improv, there's an understanding of more. There's like so much more possibilities. There's infinite possibilities of whatever could be said, whatever said between two people, you know, in through dialogue and stuff. For me, in this show, I found myself always falling onto the phrase that acting is doing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of like business that goes on, because we're in basically a store, so we're all shopping the whole time. And I'm only in 3 scenes, and the middle scene, the first scene, I come in for like a real quick bit, and then another scene at the end, and it's more just a cover costume changes, and somebody's doing a long cross around the building to get to another entrance. So I'm just there kind of like as a decoy, just to like, you know, run interference and stuff. But a lot of stuff that's going into mind is like, why am I doing this? Like I had a lot of freedom to do whatever I wanted. Reiko just said, I need you to make noise and take up time. And I just like, okay, let's play with stuff. A lot of stuff got cut and is on the floor and we'll never do on stage. But there was the freedom to do that was really fun. And then through the doings, and this is important in improv too. It's like you're finding the why. Why are you feeling this? Why do you have this connection to this person? Why are you doing whatever you're doing? And I was able to like, and I love this anyways, in like just finding the secrets of your character that that the audience will never know. You're a lot of times your co-star, your the other actors in the show will never know what you have in store, like unless you tell them or something. But that's my favorite part to play with.
Is the character, right?
As a character, yeah. It's like, why is this person here? It's like, so there's a at the end of the show, one of the covers is so they just needed me to like sit on the bench to cover for time, and in my mind, oh, my character is kind of like the Radio Raheem of this community. He's just always present in the community. And Brandon Appa's monologue, he talked about in the LA riots, he knew another Korean shop owner, and all of his customers would come and like they came in and protected the store. So I thought, oh, that's kind of like what I'm doing. So I kind of incorporated that into why I was there on the bench to cover for time that the audience would never know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to cover Amma. She comes back to the store and it's really late. So I made it my secret, like I'm there because I want to watch over Amma. I want to make sure she's safe and she comes back.
Ah, that's
So, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, so that's like the secret stuff that I love about acting.
Mhm.
That improv has helped me find, because like improv, I feel like it opens up different synapses in the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you found your own justification for like
absolutely.
like the director might be telling you, oh no, you're like your purpose is to like give the other actors time to do
Yeah.
costume changes, but like
Absolutely.
yeah, like as an actor, you're like no, like this character he has something. He like
Yeah.
like he's here, and like like the fun is like making up your
Making
own
that up, yeah.
justification and stuff.
And plus too, if you don't do that, I feel like it just comes out hollow. Yeah, it'll just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just told to do that. That's why,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to go deeper.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, it's kind of small, kind of bummed me out because I liked your character a lot. Like I didn't at all feel like he was just there to kind of like fill in space. It was just like it reminded me of I don't know if you've seen In the Heights, the Lin-Manuel Miranda musical.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
There's a guy in there. He's the Piragua guy. He's like basically like the
Shave Ice guy.
the shave ice
Yeah.
guy, and like he's like dancing and stuff, and like from a audience perspective, I could see some people be like, oh, he's just filling up time and everything, but like I'm like, no, Piragua guy is so important. He's like he provides like a feeling, like a he's like the representation of like Puerto Rican people, like just like making his way through life, like just trying to make ends meet and everything through like the Piragua itself is like culture, like he's trying to make like not make profit, but like trying to what am I trying to say? Like he's trying to
His character has like purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a purpose to, like, he's not just selling piragua just to sell piragua. He's selling, it's like it's cultural to him.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, like yeah, there's a reason why this guy's here. It's not just because like people need costume change and stuff, or just like a smoke break character or whatever. It's important. So like when I saw your character, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the piragua guy for Kim's Convenience.
Awesome, I love that.
Yeah, and the night I went, one of the things I love about you, ʻāina, is like you know how to improv, and there was this guy. I think it was after. I think it was in the second act or something, but like he was just coming back from the actual audience member. He came back from the restroom, and then you were walking in and he ran kind of like or ran into you sort of thing, and then you were like. Like in character, you didn't have to say any lines, but like you acknowledged it by like being like, oh, hey, and went around him, and I like that nuance was just like so cool, and so like it almost I was confused, like, oh, is this guy part of the show? Is he like tech or something? But like you kind of he found a way to like justify him in the show, whereas like he was probably like some guy walking on the sidewalk.
I love that you saw that and that
Yeah.
you caught that because I actually had an improv moment after the show.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, because you know how like we do improv and it's like, oh, I could have done that and it would have been such a great idea. I was like thinking, oh, I should have said something to him, like, oh, like did like some commentary because I'm coming in as a hockey player and stuff. So I was thinking like, oh, what if I said like, oh, he dodges the defender or something, you know? And then like I thought, oh, that would have been like so great, you know, the audience would have saw that and be like so great. But yeah, so that's funny that even in like non improv stuff, we're all thinking like, oh, we could have done this, we could have done that. Yeah.
Oh no, that was great, man.
Oh, awesome.
But I identified that so much. Like every time I do improv, I'm like, I go home and I'm in the shower. I'm like, I should have done this for this scene. And it's like one of those like terrible feelings. But then it's almost like if you like have an argument with somebody and then like they got the upper hand on you and then you go in the shower and do the exact same thing. But like the beauty of like improv is like, oh, you get to do it again and like you get to try to redeem yourself in another scene.
It's like George Costanza's Jerk Store.
Mhm.
When he's like when he's like oh hey the ocean just called, are you running out of shrimp because he's eating shrimp and stuff. He's like, oh, I should have said jerk store.
That's such that I love that song. Like that's such a human thing, like to experience. Just like, oh no, that's I should
This would have been great.
and it just eats at you.
Yeah.
So okay, so you guys, I just want to make it clear, you guys are showing till June 8th.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Sunday, you said, right?
Yeah, last day is Sunday matinee.
Sunday
June 8th.
matinee. And you guys got your shows extended. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
We've got a couple Wednesday shows added, Saturday I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty dope. Was it like when you guys do show extensions, like do they like consult with you, like, oh, what are you guys' availability?
Yeah, they give a heads up and say like, hey, well, they send an email like, can you hold these spots? Like, is everyone available? Can you hold these spots just in case? This would be like the potential extended dates.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Even in the audition process, they're kind of like hinting at, hey, like we might extend, you know, but then so these are the dates, like, and then you kind of have to agree or like just at least say like they give you all the dates right ahead of schedule, and then you just kind of just put in like when you can make it and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of knew already.
yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no, I definitely want to grab another ticket because I just I think Matt afterwards he was like he always catches a preview and then he's like, I'm gonna catch them when it's like towards the end of the show because like that's when the crew usually gets into a group of things and stuff. So yeah, I definitely I can't recommend this show enough. And but before we end, I do want to talk a little bit more about like comedy in general and like specifically improv because we just like you said we just got off of doing an improv session at Paradise Tango, and I'm always fascinated of like each improviser's like thing when they enter a scene and stuff. I don't know if you catched it, but like when I entered the scene, one of the scenes we were talking about, I think it was with Scott C. But like I took out a cigarette
Yeah.
and I started smoking it. Like I don't smoke cigarettes at all in real life, but like that's my goal. Like, if I have nothing to offer, in the scene, I just take out like a improv cigarettes and just smoke it. And I learned that from Jarek. Like he always does that, but his game is like see how many cigarettes he can smoke by the time the scene ends. So like, well, do you guys have like any go-to characters or like I know like a common one is like a Jose. He's if he has nothing, he just gets a shovel and he like digs. He I think he does a smoking thing too. But you guys have like a go-to improv motion.
Yeah, I do a lot of sweeping or like mopping. Like I don't know, I'm always a janitor. I think
Mm-hmm.
as a default.
What do you think created that?
I don't know. It's just easy to sweep, and I don't know. Janitor seems like a interesting character who's in the background but knows lore
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And then sometimes I always find myself not as a filler action, but I feel like I play a lot of old people.
Mm-hmm.
I play maybe because I played an old person in my one high school play, and then I got comfortable. But I don't know. I feel like playing an old person is funny a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, old people are very fun to play because you don't have to. Their presence in itself is already like the funny, and so
Yeah,
just your impression of like why don't you kids see me anymore? And then,
Oh, you old whippersnappers! Yeah, like I'm never playing like a real old person. It's always like a caricature, like 90-year-old.
yeah, they're always 90. They're always on like the way back side of life.
Yeah.
Those are really fun. I always have a walker.
Yes.
with
Yes.
me.
Easy.
That's where you do a lot. I see
But my old people always they're losing their ability to walk, so they need assistance. I feel bad for the character, not the old characters actually. What about you?
I got my stock characters, but I try to I have to watch for my stock characters because they can kind of like creep into like scenes that they weren't meant to creep into. Like I have like the like the jock, like the dumb jock, but he's fun to play. But sometimes if I'm not careful, he'll end up in every scene. Or like my feminine characters.
Oh, I've never seen a feminine character.
Oh really? Oh, that was today in our
play
session.
one.
Yeah, there was like 2 scenes back to back. I was like, oh, I can't do feminine because these are 2 different characters, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that crossed my mind in our session earlier. But physicality wise, I'm often opening up the refrigerator and seeing what's inside. Yeah, I think that's because like I'm such a chow hound and like a chubby boy my whole life. So it's always what's in the fridge.
I sometimes when I play, when I did like feminine characters in the beginning, like I made them like very like ditzy girls. Like what kind of feminine characters do you like? Are they like Valley Girl? Like oh my god.
Oh, so my feminine characters, I think it stems from my very good friend Kainoa, who's Mahu, and very proud of it, and I'm very proud of him too. But he's very that way, like he's very fabulous, So I think a lot of that comes out from me kind of imitating him when he's being loud like that. So I think that's where the root of my feminine characters come from. They can go ditzy, they can be intelligent, they can kind of run the gamut, but yeah, I think it's kind of from like a Mahu root. Yeah.
Cool. What
I mean, I feel like I don't usually open with a feminine character, but like if the scene calls for it, I don't think I have a go-to. I feel like I can adjust it as needed. So like, they could be like a very like kind of like hi he, and then or like hey toots, how's it going? Like come on honey, yeah like
like you're very you play a feminine a female character, but it's masculine on purpose to.
Oh no, I don't need. They don't need to be masculine on purpose, but like I can do Valley Girl, I can do whatever. I feel like I just play the. I have enough like characters in my head that I feel like are strong enough that I can latch onto, and they're like whole different female characters. But I probably just don't usually lead with like unprompt if the scene doesn't call for me being female. I usually just am default male because it's probably easier for me to play.
Mm-hmm. Is that what is it? What is the favorite? Like is are old people your favorite to play, or what is your guys' favorite kind of characters to play in improv?
Just any super over the top silly one, which is like they don't even have to do anything funny. They just like are big. Like be like an old person, or like you can be like a super villain, or like a witch or something, and they're like have like physicality and like a voice, and like I think you just hear them doing that, and it's just like not necessarily like funny, haha, but like you're laughing because it's kind of humorous to see someone do it, and like it's already fun doing that and just being so like out of who I am.
Mm-hmm. Just like an exaggerated form of like, almost like a parody of the character almost.
Yeah, but like, you know, in improv, they're not even like parodies because that's the world you're building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd say mine would be like the dumb like jock character. I really like playing those characters. It's mine is kind of tailored after Putty from Seinfeld. Again, Seinfeld, bringing up Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But yeah, that character, kind of like the, you know, yeah, well, okay, hey, you have a question? Yes, the 8-ball. You know, that kind of like
Awesome.
energy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're a huge fan of Seinfeld?
A huge fan. I sometimes play it in the background. That's like my music. It's like music
Oh,
to
yeah.
me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can hear like the melodies of the Harold going in
Oh, yeah.
in Seinfeld. Even in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Just
Mhm.
yeah, it's always in the background. That's my music.
I'm glad you said that, cause like yeah, like when I think I did improv first, and then I think I watched Seinfeld like a long time ago, but like I was too young to understand it. But then when I did improv, and then I saw Seinfeld, I was like, this is a Harold. This is this is Jerry doing a monologue opener, and then every like the actors are doing scenes based off of Jerry's stand up in the
Yeah.
beginning. So I was like, whenever people say it like make the connection, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I feel smart.
And no one was doing that too. What I liked most about Seinfeld was at the end of the show, everyone kind of like got wrapped up, and it was like all kind of connected. And no one was doing that in the early '90s, late '90s. It was Seinfeld that kind of like made that a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it fascinating you say that's like Seinfeld's music to you. So like Seinfeld is my go. Like it's Seinfeld and Parks and Rec. The shows that I go to if like my girlfriend, she's a huge horror fan. So like she shows me all these like horror media, like horror genres, like horror stories online. And whenever I can't sleep at night, I turn on Seinfeld. I turn on Parks and Rec to be like, okay.
It's like humanities exists outside of this horror movie.
So I guess is that your comfort show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it's on, it's usually goes on. Yeah, like in the channel guide. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, what is your? Oh, what are you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I wish that there was and I know it's out there. I wanna have like a Seinfeld, all the episodes but without the laugh track.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, what that's interesting. Cause do you feel like Seinfeld can exist without a laugh track?
I think so. I think the jokes are funny enough that it didn't need it. And like I feel like maybe Jerry and Larry David, they didn't want that, but the networks probably like forced it because it was so ingrained in that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see some of the episode and I'm like, this is like a very like I think the episode I saw recently was Jerry like he had to break up with a girl or something, and I'm like.
Which one?
Oh yeah, which one?
Every week is one.
Yeah, but it was like there was like a quiet moment, and I was like, yeah, this like there was no laugh track and everything, and then I realized, oh yeah, this show could definitely like like survive like with just pure storytelling and just but yeah, I think it was just like a product of its time. Like, oh, you need the audience needs to be told when to
Right,
laugh.
right,
Yeah, I like, and that's one of my pet peeves of like shows that like uses the canned laughter too much.
Yeah.
And like the audience, once again, the audience is smart. They have nothing to do but to watch your show and stuff. So yeah, I might need to like check back in with you if you find the version without the laugh
Yeah.
track. That's I'm down.
You gotta go and edit or something.
Yeah. Well, what is your comfort comedy show? Or do you have like a comfort show that's like not comedy?
I don't have comfort show. I don't know, like, how do you use this comfort? Like, just like, oh, used for horror movies, yeah. And like, I don't know. I have like comfort food. Eat pad thai.
Any funny food?
You come home from watching Saw in the movie theater and you're like, I need macaroni.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate to disappoint. I just don't like watch that many sitcoms, I guess. So probably
Mhm.
doesn't fall in the genre. Yeah, I think I just food, and then kind of like to calm myself and to feel good. And I was riding the bus to rehearsals a lot, and to feel. I like kind of calm myself, center. You know, bus has a lot of time. I would listen to this poetry by Sarah Kay, and she has a lot of feels in it, and it's really good and it's really nice. And she has a good like cadence in her voice, which is like calming and stuff. And that's like I guess my comfort piece of media.
Mhm.
I mean, she had just released a book too, and it was an audio book, and so I was listening to it. And,
Damn, Tango,
So
fancy.
deep, right? Yeah.
No wonder we're having a deep conversation right now. You're just-
yeah. Sorry, I think we can add some laugh tracks to this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's all I wanted to talk with you guys. Like I could talk to you guys like forever, but is there anything I don't know, anything you guys want to tell the audience about either the show or just like life stuff or
Jump onto improv. Bring a little bit more yes and into your life, and come play with us.
I think the moral of the story with me and ʻāina is just I already said it, but go audition anyway. Go try it anyway. You never know.
yeah, you never know. That's the name of this podcast. You never know, because I certainly don't.
Wait, no what?
Exactly.
You never know.
Alright.
But we also want to thank you, Gunnar, for having us and talking about Kim's Convenience here too. So
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's like I can't like shout it at the top of my lungs enough. Like this show is like incredible, and like I was so like so excited to like talk to you guys about it. So thank you so much for coming down.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also, the tickets are going out. Like first 2 weekends are basically sold out. The Wednesday show that was one of the Wednesdays is almost sold out already. So
Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah, get your tickets
before June 8th.
before June 8th, and yeah, it's a great show. Like I it's not a surprise at all that it's so selling out so fast. So oh, and another thing too, you guys killing it with like projecting your voice. I think after the show,
Sick.
We're gonna be so proud.
yeah. No, I think after
Worked
the
on that.
show, like I was talking to like Dee Dee and stuff, and then she was like, "Oh, like don't they normally have microphones and stuff?" And then I was like, "Oh no, like I guess with musicals they use microphones, and then with plays I think the acoustics are so good with like in Monoma Valley Theater that if like all you need to do is just project and stuff, and the audience will hear you. That's one of the beautiful things I love about the Manoa Valley Theater is just you can it's a very intimate space. It's big, but it's like if you it's very easy to connect with the audience. All you gotta do is perform, give just the right amount of energy, and then people will hear you. People will understand.
Yeah, it's a good space.
Yeah, especially in this show, they're you guys are up close. The audience is up close.
They're so close,
Yeah.
and I'm like out in the front. They're like, I'm afraid I'm gonna like spit on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign of a good actor if the spittle comes out.
Yeah. People pay for that, you know.
It's the splash zone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I think we can end it here. Anything else?
No.
No. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. All right. Bye, guys.
See ya. Yay!
Sick.